without fail. One side says live, one side says going live. I am live. Hello, hello, hello. You're all very welcome to Wednesday's live call inside the Facebook group Map Your Future. Oh, better move my microphone over so you can hear me. Map Your Future ABA, the place where we go from A to B and then decide to go for a bigger and brighter A. Later today, if you're catching this on YouTube, this will be on YouTube. And if you're watching over there, feel free to subscribe so you never miss any of the episodes. So let's dive in. Today I'm going to share some things around self-leadership, how I stopped waiting to be rescued. 3 years ago, something happened that changed everything. It started out like a normal day, got up, doing the usual things, but I just didn't feel right. Not sick, just off. By lunchtime, my chest felt a bit tight, and then by 5 o'clock in the evening, I was practically just begging my body to function. Then came the call back. I'd logged a call maybe about 5:30 or so to the care doc, the out of hours doctor on call, because I was really feeling I needed to do something. And when the nurse called me back and I shared what I was feeling, she said, an ambulance is coming now. And in that moment, I saw my two kids, just 9 and 12 at the time, trying to be brave while myself and their mammy smiled and told them that everything was going to be all right and I'll be only gone for a little while and it's all hunky-dory. But I wasn't okay. And I remember sitting in the back of the ambulance. Now, thankfully, it wasn't a heart attack and I didn't have diabetes. They were the two tests that they ran pretty quickly for me. It was my body screaming that I can't carry this anymore. And one of the paramedics looked me straight in the eye and said, "This is what stress looks like. You're stressed out of your gourd. And this is what unmanaged stress looks like." And right there, I had to face something that I'd been avoiding for years. I was waiting for something or someone to rescue me. And the truth is, most of us are trained to wait for things. Trained to wait for the perfect coach, for the right timing, for the fear to go away. Spoiler alert, the fear doesn't go away. It needs to be managed. Wait for inspiration and motivation to strike, or wait for the burnouts to ease up. But that's not where real change happens. Real change happens when we stop waiting and we take responsibility and we start leading ourselves. And that sounds super simple, and it is. Stephen Covey said, "You can either act or be acted upon." And as I was thinking about that line, it hit me like a ton of bricks because I'd been acted upon by life, by stress, by trauma, until my body finally pulled the handbrake and said, enough is enough here, lad. Enough is enough. And don't be like I was. Don't wait to be in the back of an ambulance before you do things, okay? Now, here's what I learned. You don't need a breakdown to begin rebuilding. But if you're waiting to even try anything at all, something else is taking the lead. That ambulance moment was a turning point, but it wasn't magic because what happened next wasn't overly dramatic. There'll be no movies made about it. It was quiet, it was daily, and it was deeply internal to me. I didn't go looking for a perfect one size fits all strategy. I went inward because at that point I kind of already looked everywhere else out of myself, and it was kind of the last place to look. And I began making three quite but powerful self leadership shifts. So the first shift one, is where I started to move from crisis to clarity. And that ambulance became like a turning point, my sat nav, so to speak. It pointed to one powerful, simple truth: something had to give. Something had to change, and it had to start with me. And think for a second, what sign is your body giving you right now? Fatigue, maybe you're losing your cool too quickly, numbness, resentment. Those aren't flaws, they are signals, like a check engine light in your car. And you wouldn't ignore your car, because you know what happens when you do. You end up on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere at night time, and you wouldn't do that. But your nervous system deserves the same attention now, if not more. And you see, I've been ignoring all of these warnings for a very, very long time. And shift two was creating daily anchor points, daily check ins, so to speak. Since that day, I've been journaling every single morning. I haven't missed one. Not to tick a box, but to stay connected to myself. And that's so important that you go into yourself. Each day I ask, what am I grateful for? Because when you start really understanding that every day is a blessing, and there are thousands upon thousands of people that didn't wake up this morning, I'm very grateful for the fact that I did. So I ask every day, what am I grateful for? What am I releasing? What am I letting go? What do I choose to lead with today? What is my intention for the day ahead? It's not glamorous, but it's grounding. And then I get on with my day. And then at night time, if I remember to do it, I reflect on what went well and what can I improve tomorrow. It's become my nervous system's reset button. And then shift three was becoming my own guide. This was the biggest one. I stopped asking who can fix me. I stopped looking outside, and I started asking, what is this moment trying to teach me? Because when you're willing to look in what something is trying to teach you, you will learn the lesson. When you refuse to look, that lesson is going to keep coming back in multiple different ways through multiple different patterns until eventually, well, as Stephen Covey said, you act or you're acted upon. And sometimes people don't get to come back from those acted upons. And that question really has helped change my life, and it's still continuing to help change. Because as I ask it and I allow an answer to come up, because the answers don't always come instantly, you got to give yourself some time. But when I do allow an answer to come, my awareness keeps on expanding and expanding and expanding. So, what about you? If anything that I've shared today has resonated with you, has landed with you, here are a few gentle, grounded next steps. So, option one, tonight, take 2 minutes. Don't tell me you don't have the time, because you do. You can make time for this. Take 2 minutes and just ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? And then listen to what comes up. That's enough. Start there. Option two, I've been working on a 5-step self-leadership checklist that's helped me regain focus and clarity every day. Now I'm opening it up for a few people, for some feedback. And if you'd like to try it for free, direct message me the word map, whether we're on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, wherever we are. Just send me a DM with the word map, and I'll send it over to you. And for those of you catching this on YouTube, you can email me at Abeal, that's Abeale, at anthonybeale.ie with map in the subject line, and I'll make sure I get that over to you too. All I ask is that you sincerely give it a go, you give it a try, and let me know how you felt about it, how it worked for you. And I've learned that change doesn't come. Sorry, I lost something there. I jumped the bloody gun, would you believe? You gotta love when you make a mistake. But here's the beauty about that: when you make a mistake, you raise your hand. I jumped the gun, and now I'll come back to it, because this point is important as well that I want to share with you. And I've lost my train of thought again. Would you believe that? God almighty. Ah. I'm a bit nervous today, guys, because this means an awful lot to me. And it's those two things that I'm sharing with you there are really, really powerful. But I've learned that to change, it doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. There isn't a perfect moment. There never will be. It starts with simple daily actions. This checklist, it helps you lead yourself every day, even when things feel off. Those questions bring awareness to your mind. And then I do have a third option. Option three is if you're in a place where you know something has to shift and you're ready for real clarity. I offer a free discovery call. Now, this isn't a counseling session or a free advice hour. It's a space to map out where you are, what you want, and what is standing in your way. I'll explain how I work with people if it feels like the right fit. There's no pressure, no performance, just clarity. And if that sounds like something you need, direct message me or email me with the word clarity, and I'll send you the link to book in for that. So that's it for today, folks. And I'm going to be back here next week talking about the three levels of belief and what we can do to shift them. But before I do go, I would really, really encourage you at least take 2 minutes tonight and ask yourself, what is your body trying to tell you? And let yourself have a few moments and see what comes up. That is a massive first step. That is stopping and checking in. It's checking the engine to make sure it's running properly. And I would encourage you, make sure you give yourself those 2 minutes. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll be back here next week. God bless you all, and bye for now. Bye bye.